turned into election week. I guess there are still votes to be counted, and if you're still in line, stay in line. They have to let you vote. At this rate, we might know who wins the Super Bowl before we know who won the Senate. Democrats are optimistic about their chances in Arizona and Nevada. And one of the reasons the Democrats still have a decent shot at winning the Senate is because young people, voters aged 18 to 29, favored Democrats 63% to 25%. And so now some Republicans are looking to raise the voting age to 21. That's great. Let me see if I have this straight. 18's too young to vote. 14, old enough to be forced to have a baby. Right? Got it? Okay. Why not raise the voting age to 71 while you're at it? In Georgia, Herschel Walker and Raphael Warnock have already started campaigning for their runoff next month. That race could ultimately decide who controls the Senate. So Republicans are sending in the big guns. Herschel was out on the trail today with Ted Cruz. And you know your campaign's in trouble when somebody picks up the phone and says, get us Ted Cruz right away. It's funny, when they told Herschel Ted Cruz was coming, he was like, hell yes, Top Gun. And they're like, no, that's Tom. I don't know. Nobody likes Ted Cruz. This is the reception he got in his hometown of Houston at the World Series parade. People booing nonstop. No one has ever been booed at a World Series parade before. It's historic. Even Ted Cruz's daughter wants no part of him.
Good job.
Nobody likes Ted Cruz, and yet somehow he's still out there doing his thing. He's like the senator version of Nickelback. It's inexplicable. The real X factor in the runoff is Donald Trump. Many Republicans want him to push the launch of his presidential campaign until after it's over. And if I know Donald Trump, he'll do it, because the last thing he would ever want to do is take the spotlight off of somebody else. He's a party guy. This was not a good election for the MAGAverse. Last night, I mentioned the reports Trump was mad at Melania and Sean Hannity for encouraging to endorse Dr. Oz. And as a result of that, today, Trump posted an unusual message on the digital ghost town known as Truth Social. He wrote, I'd like to apologize to Melania and Sean Hannity for all of the fake news and fictional stories made up out of thin air with no sources, despite them claiming there are, being dumped on you by reporters and news organizations who know these stories are not true. I don't know, sounds like a post from a guy who doesn't want to have to renegotiate his prenup again to me, but... He was truthing up a storm today. He's mad at the Murdoch media empire that made him. The Wall Street Journal said he's the biggest loser in the Republican Party. And this was the cover of his beloved local New York Post today, Trumpty Dumpty. That's, you know some poor bellman at Mar-a-Lago had to eat that newspaper today before he saw it. But I guess he did, because he's consorting with the enemy. He said if CNN were smart, they'd open up a conservative network, only have me on, and it would be the most successful network in history. Fox only made it because of me. Twitter only made it because of me. And even Facebook is now in the tubes. The midterms went so badly for Donald Trump, he's now applying for jobs. Here's some fun news for him. The former Vice Poodle has a new tell-all-ish book. It's called So Help Me God, which is, I don't know, it's a weird title. And the original title was Mother Locked Me Out and Now I Live on the Steps. But his editors told him to change it. They released some excerpts from the book. You're not going to believe this. They're boring. They're very boring. The book comes out November 15th, which is interesting because if my memory serves me correctly, there's something else happening on that day.
I'm going to be making a very big announcement on Tuesday, November 15th.
That's right. He can't let Pence have anything at all. Trump went absolutely bananas today. He's making more baseless accusations about election corruption in Arizona and Nevada. This swamp creature named Kari Lake in Arizona was screaming about fraud before the election even started. That's how it goes. They tell you it's fixed, even though it isn't. It's like the opposite of professional wrestling. Fortunately for Trump and Kari Lake and all the other deniers, they have their best man on the case, My Pillow Mike Lindell. The Pillow Man says he has definitive proof of something. I'm not exactly sure what.
Doug Mastriano actually won, and so did Dr. Oz. We know those two won now, but we've got a plan for both of them. But Dr. Oz conceded, so I don't know what to tell you on that one.
You got to force him to unconcede. It's the only way to. But I'm sorry for interrupting. Go on.
If you're the horrible media that's out there watching, you can go to megaraccoon.com/midterm. I believe it's midterms. But anyway, just go to the megaraccoon.com.
That's right,
and you can get to this.
Yeah, that's right. Just go to magaraccoon.com and magaraccoon. That's, magaraccoon, coincidentally, is Marjorie Taylor Greene's code name on Tinder. Mike spent his election night live screaming to the 4 people who watch, 3 of whom work at our show. He said he had cameras on all the voting sites. We didn't see any of those, but he said they were watching for real-time crimes in his ongoing war against the machines.
I'm very excited because the whole country now knows that the machines gotta go.
Do you feel vindicated, Mike?
100%. We gotta get rid of these machines. They are so corrupt. They are so corrupt. It's gonna be the best night in history for this country. When do you think we'll start see the real-time crimes coming in?
We should be able to have some real-time crimes here very, very soon.
Our app was sabotaged. Call your sheriff immediately. They're trying to steal the Vance race. You need to know, everybody, what Secretary of States do. They steal a country. That's where you need to put your money. All her efforts, Jeff, great find there, great catch, and I better grab some water.
Let's give Mike the opportunity to take a drink of water.
I used to be a compulsive gambler. Once you're in here, you're never gonna leave here. Look at this. This is a pad of paper. It's not it's real. All down the drain. Sorry. It's getting pretty slim to none, and none's about ready to walk out the door. There is no tomorrow. Look at all this evidence. Let's save our country. Happy Honolulu.
And a happy Honolulu to you, little Mike. What a patriot. Meanwhile, over on Twitter, Elon Musk is laying people off. His key employees are quitting. And in his first mail to his remaining employees today, he announced a ban on working remotely. He told them to prepare for difficult times ahead and plan to be at the office at least 40 hours a week, effective immediately. All of a sudden, Mr. Driverless Car needs humans in the seats. I guess he doesn't want people sitting at home wasting time on Twitter all day. And what really has the Twitterverse fired up is this new verification policy. Before Elon Musk took over, verification was free. You just would apply, and Twitter would check to see if you were you and if you had enough followers to be verified. But now that it's available to every Tom, Dick, and Prince Harry with $8, people have been impersonating high-profile individuals. Last night, someone convincingly pretended to be LeBron James and tweeted, "I am officially requesting a trade. Thank you, Lakers Nation, for all the support over the years." And then there was this important announcement from Rudy Giuliani that said, "I stand with Kyrie Irving and Kanye West because George Soros once pushed me down in the street and I was stuck on my back like a turtle for several minutes." But because of the check mark, a lot of people thought these were real. But the main thing Elon seems to care about is his own Twitter account. Kathy Griffin pretended to be Elon Musk. He immediately suspended her account. He threw her right off, and there's a lot of confusion about what's going on. So I thought we'd go right to the source, and joining us now from Twitter headquarters in San Francisco is new owner Elon Musk. Hello, Elon.
I gotta go talk to a poor person.
Hello, Elon.
Hey, how you doing? It's me, Elon Musk. Quit being a bee complaining peasant. I am the richest, most coolest, most normal man in the whole wide world.
Yes, so I've read. Thank you for taking the time to speak with us. You sound different. Your voice is very high-pitched.
Why, of course, I am doing a helium cleanse. I heard about it from my good friend Joe Rogan.
Oh, okay. Well, first I want to say I'm so sorry people have been impersonating you in such a rude way. It must be very difficult.
Oh, you mean that foul, filthy ginger Kathy Griffin?
Yes, you suspended her for doing that.
Actually, she was suspended for impersonating a comedian.
Yeah, you know, she actually pointed out that you stole that joke from Twitter, Elon.
Oh,
Yeah.
I own Twitter. How can I steal from something that I own?
Okay.
Hello? All the jokes belong to Elon now. That's why I'm so funny.
Okay, well, let's get back to the verification thing. How does that work now? I don't understand it.
It's very straightforward. See, in the past, Twitter verified public figures. We gave them a little check. Here you go. And they gave me a check for $8.
A good one, Elon. Well, but anyone now with $8 can get one of these checks, right?
Well, do I offer horses to female employees to whom I have just exposed my penis?
I don't know. Do you do that?
If you believe the allegation, yes.
Okay.
No.
Okay, but now can't random people just buy a check mark, pretend they're another person, and tweet something that gets falsely attributed to that person?
Yes, but that's why I also added this gray check mark. So the real public figure will have 2 checks. Problem solved.
Wait a minute, that's backwards. I think it's more of a little arrow there, Elon. Yes, you screwed that up.
That's right. And it's only $8.
But doesn't that just put us right back where we started on this?
Yes, and that's why we got rid of that whole idea after just 45 minutes.
Okay.
We're nuts over here. We're crazy.
Okay, what do you got there? Are you making a smoothie there?
No. It's my semen.
Oh, jeez. You know what? I think we're going to have to say goodbye to Elon. Thank you so much, Elon. I really feel it. Thank you, Elon. Yes. I appreciate your time. That's Elon Musk, everybody. Right. All right, and one more thing before we move ahead. It is Thursday night. That means it's time to bleep and blur the big moments of the week, whether they need it or not, in an all midterm edition of This Week in Unnecessary Censorship.
How many of you are excited to this morning?
Former President Donald Trump's on full display here outside of Dayton, Ohio.
And I'm looking forward to on.
And remember, here in Ohio, it's all about the 3 C's, Cincinnati, Columbus, and
Okay, so I love and I'll be doing this for the rest of the show.
I'm Wayne Johnson, and we must the stupid in Washington.
Wayne, you're gonna need a bigger
Yes, ma'am.
Again, you can see here, Joe Biden up in 2020.
Who do you think would be the tougher competitor, Ron DeSantis or former President Trump?
It'll be fun watching each other.
Our country right now is a big fat.
I am Dick Cheney. I proudly my daughter.
This Eric puts rifles in his ass, and Eric Schmidt with a blowtorch.
Ohio, my name is J.R. Majewski, and my pronouns are patriot and ass-er.